Hey, what's going on? Veloz Running coming at you with episode 8, another marathon training update. And it's time to get serious about the marathon. It's time to go long. So we're adding mileage. Today, Rosie is going for 10 miles for her very first time. Did she make it? I don't know. You got to stay tuned and find out. Hey, what's going on? Matthew and Rosie here. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome back. And if you're joining us for the first time, welcome to Veloz Running, where we talk about all things running. We're doing another marathon training update, and we're actually getting serious about marathon now. We've done a lot of 5Ks, and I think we did a total of 9 5Ks and 1 10K. A lot more 5Ks to go, but we're really focusing now on the marathon. So because of that, we have to do long runs now. We're starting to add. She was running 6 to 7 miles for her base running, just to try to get a lot of base miles in there, and adding those 5Ks, and then some track workouts and hill workouts. But now we're going to get serious and start really focusing on adding mileage. So what we're doing is the training is we're adding whatever the long run is one Saturday, and then the next weekend we're going to pull back a couple miles, and then every 2 weeks we're going to grow and add a little bit, because we still got, at this point, I think I calculated 21 weeks to go for the race.
That's right around the corner.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, it's not. It seems like a lot, but it's not. It's not. Even when I was writing down the mileage and how to grow, I wish we had a few more weeks to do mileage, to add mileage to it, so that we don't have to add so fast. Now, for someone who's like, I've done 10 marathons, and for someone who runs regularly, 22 weeks it's good. It's good, but this is her first time to do a marathon, and so she's done a few half marathons a long time ago. She did them, so it's basically starting from scratch again, starting from new. She does 5Ks here and there, but so 22. Now, we did start at the beginning of the year, but it was really base training because she doesn't like to run. She never runs, and now she's starting to run, and she signed up for her first marathon. So a lot of it was just starting just the base training, just putting mileage. I'm just trying to get her off the couch. That's what I was trying to do, much less get her out there. So, but now she's improved a lot in her 5Ks. If you check out our last videos. Her last PR was almost a 3-minute PR in her 5Ks. So she's done a lot of work, a lot of base work, and it made a lot of improvements in her 5K. But 5K training and marathon training is completely different. All that is going to help. It's part of the base training, but mileage now. So
I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
Nervous.
Me too.
That's a lot.
Me too. Now here y'all gotta help me out with this, because here's the challenge for me. Her challenge is just running, getting off the couch and getting outside. That's the challenge. And running. That's the challenge. My challenge is this. Here's the thing that I realized, and somebody comment below, help me out, because when like I said, I've done 10 marathons at my pace. I'm never trying to go crazy. I'm not trying to qualify for Boston. My goal is for me, the challenge is finishing it. When I run 5Ks, I'm trying to win my age group. But when it comes to marathon, I just love the challenge of I spoke about it in the last video. I just love the challenge of it. I love the fact that it's uncertain that you're going to finish it, no matter how much you train, how hard you train. You have no idea what's going to happen that day, what's going to happen with your body and pains and whatever. There's just so much that can happen, and there's no guarantee you're going to finish it. And there's certainly no guarantee in the time that you want. And so I'm always shooting around 4 hours. If I do 4, that's perfect for me. 4:30 is the range that I want to be in. And the last few that I did, I was right around there, and I wasn't trying to run hard. I was taking videos, and I really just try to enjoy it, and as much as you can with the pain. But I really just try to enjoy it. But here's the challenge. When she finally signed up for this marathon in December, I realized that it was going to be, I realized what I got myself into, because I've always wanted her to do it. But when I run 5Ks or 10Ks, we run 5Ks or 10Ks, I finish the race obviously ahead of her, and then I run back for her. So I run back for her, catch her. If it's a 5K, I'll catch her with about a mile to go. So I'll get another 2.5 miles into my run, right? So 5 mile workout. And then the 10K, the same thing. I think I ended up with 10 miles that day. Yeah. Okay. But I can't run back after a marathon. Right? You know, I was thinking about that when she was signing up. I'm thinking, okay, how am I going to do this training? And then I thought, I can't finish the marathon. I barely walk after I'm done. I mean, we had to ride scooters to get back to the hotel. And that was difficult. And one time she had to go get the car to come get me because the hotel was a mile away. So I was thinking, there's no way I'm running back. So the only option I have and then here's the deal. I couldn't run it on my own pace and then just wait because I wouldn't know what's going on with her or what happened or what she's going through. And so I thought there's no other choice but to run this marathon with her. Okay. With her at her pace, which is, it is what it is. It's slow, okay? Okay, it's slower. Let me put it that way. It's slower. But it is a huge challenge for me because instead of 4 hours, it could be 6 hours. One time I had a really bad marathon, really bad. It just went bad. I don't know if y'all ever had that experience. There's some good marathons. There's some that it was just bad. And it took me 5.5 hours because I did a lot of walking. I was in a lot of pain. It was just a bad day. I just didn't have it. And that was an eternity, 5.5 hours. I mean, it felt like it was never going to end. I almost cried. There's several times on the flight. It just felt like crying, just calling somebody to come pick me up. And it just took forever because I walked a lot of it. I couldn't run anymore. I felt sick. So now you're thinking 6.5 hours. If we make the cutoff, 6.5, maybe 7, that's a long time. People help me out here. Advice.
How do you think I feel? I'm nervous. I'm sick to my stomach when I think about it.
Me too.
Yeah, me too. In my head, I'm quitting 1,000 times.
You know? Well, you can't. People are watching.
But I want to finish it, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen, but I know right now it doesn't look like it.
Man, we're far away from that. But here's the deal. Every marathon that I've trained for, mile 11, 12, it doesn't feel like I'm getting there. It always feels that way. It just feels like this is not happening. This year's not going to happen because it just feels that way. But you just got to keep going and get out there. And then all of a sudden, like, oh wow, I did 12. Oh my gosh, I did 15. You didn't think I was going to do 15. And then 17. And you just eventually get there with all the mileage and all the weekly workouts also. But yeah, that is the challenge right now, though. In both, it's her challenge obviously to do it, and it's my challenge to do it with her. I feel more tired when we do workout. So now I'm working out with her. So when we go do in this mileage, you'll see in this video today. When we run the long runs, I run up ahead of her to get my mileage in, and then I come back for her and then do her mileage, the last maybe 5 miles or 6 miles at her pace, so that I can get used to training. I get more tired running with her at slow pace. Then as far as my legs, now my lungs obviously are, I'm not breathing heavy. But I get more tired, so I'm trying to train myself to run at her pace because we're going to do this together. But I'm not mad. I'm just, it's just a challenge. That's my challenge for this race, and this is her challenge. But I tell you what, you cross that finish line. Nobody might be there when we finish. But
what'd you say?
I'm just saying, it could be dark. Could be midnight. But,
well, I'll have somebody. Alec is going to have Uber for me, so I know he'll take care of it.
If y'all could please support us in this cause, and somebody be there at the finish line if everybody leaves.
Yeah.
We could be the only ones, like crickets and stuff.
Start crying.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna be crying. I might have to book an extra night hotel.
Definitely.
Yeah. So anyway, check out this video, 10-mile run. Good morning. It is a beautiful morning. Check that out. Sun's coming up. We are at Town Lake today. Long run Saturday morning. We're actually here early today. Well, it's not really early, I'm sorry. It's early for us. We usually don't get here till about 9-ish. We'd rather sleep in and deal with the heat. I know most people are done by the time we get here.
Yeah.
But we like to sleep in. We wake up early all week, and so we want to come in. But today we actually here early. It's 7:30 in the morning. It's beautiful. Sun's coming up. You see it on the other side there, over the over the tennis courts. But today, because we're going long today. Today Rosie is doing the impossible. And by the way, welcome to Veloz Running, where we talk about all things running. Thank you so much for joining us again. And if you can, please subscribe. Please subscribe. Hit the like button. And share it with us. Share it with your friends. But she's doing the impossible today because today is the longest run she's done of the year. It's going to be a 10-mile run. She's going to do 10. So my son is over there warming up. He's around the corner here. My son and I are going to run until she's done. So we're probably, I don't know what we're going to end up with. But the goal is 10 today. Nice and easy, nice and slow. We're just trying to cover the distance. How do you feel?
I feel good right now.
Yeah.
We'll see where I'm at 4.
Yeah. 10 miler today. So come run with us. We're gonna try to give updates as we go. We're probably gonna be separated for a little bit because my son and I are gonna go on ahead, but on the way back we'll catch her. So it's beautiful out here at Town Lake in Austin, Texas, in the ATX. So we'll see you in just a bit. Come run with us. All right. First question of the day is, how early do y'all get up? How early do y'all run your long runs on the weekends? That's the question. We're always late because we like to sleep in. We sacrifice it, although it's getting hotter and hotter, so we're getting up a little earlier every day, every weekend. But how early do y'all run when y'all do y'all's long runs? Question of the day. We're about a half mile into the run. Realized we forgot our gels. So I'm going back to the car to get the gels. I'm gonna get some extra miles today. That's what happens when you get in a hurry. It's all right. Extra miles are never a bad thing. Cookies. We need gels. We need cookies. We need salt. Plenty of salt. I got the gels.
Do you like Crystal Gel?
Got the salt. Got the waffles. I'm already over a mile into the run, and I'm back at the start. So it'll be interesting. Now I gotta go catch up to Rosie. I just hit mile 2. And I still haven't caught up to Rosie yet. She must be moving pretty good. I just hit mile 3. I'm actually at 3.1. So I just ran a 5K. And still no sign of Rosie. And there she is. What do you have?
Yeah, 2:14.
2:14. I have 3.39, 3.4. But anyway, finally caught her. Time to exchange the gels. Probably time for a gel for me. Oh, I did not plan to start this run, 10-mile run or 12-mile run with a 3-mile 5K sprint. Hey, what's going on? Here we are. I lost Rosie for a while. I went up ahead, did a little bit of mileage on my own, caught back up to her. She is at just a little over mile 5. So we're gonna go up to a little bit more. We're gonna make that turnaround and start heading back. That's always the fun part. Turn around, start heading back to the car. But now
I still don't like it.
it's humid out here. I'm soaked in.
We're both soaked. But that's how you do this. Go out. If you're gonna do a 10-mile run, go 5 miles out so you have no choice. I have no choice now. We're 5 miles away from the car. What are we gonna do? I mean, I guess we could call it Uber, but
Walk.
yeah, I know. But so we got no choice now. We're gonna do 10 because we're 5 miles away. Actually, we're over 5 miles now. But all right, we'll catch up the next mile. Hey, we are at mile 6. I don't have enough fingers. Mile 6. Mile 6. 4 to go. How you feeling?
Ready to get back.
She's starting to feel it. I'm starting to feel it. I'm actually at mile 7 and something. But we're getting there. We're getting there. 1 mile at a time. Mile 7. 3 more to go. We're so close. You can see the city in the distance. We just got to get to the other side of the city. We'll make 3 miles away. We're at 5K. Just about a 5K to go. And we're there. How do you feel?
It's the best. I love it.
I'm really tired.
Yeah? What are you thinking?
I'm done.
It's done. Have you ever
I'm
been?
trying to push through because I know we're almost done.
What's going on? We are at, well, Rosie's at mile 8. So we're 2 miles away from this 10-mile run being done. I have to stop here and get some water and gels, and good thing they got a shower here, cool ourselves down. We're 2 miles away, so she's done 8 miles 2 times already, but never gone past that. So I said earlier that she's doing the impossible today. Here's the part that's impossible because she's never done it before, but we're about to make it possible. Because she's gonna do something she hasn't done in like 10 years, right? When you ran your last half, long time ago. How you feel?
I'm tired. My legs just want to give up. Give out, actually.
Yeah.
And my breathing, I can catch it. I can, find myself. But it's my legs that just want to give out. And
Yeah.
cramping. There's something that I need to do. That's my question. How do you not get those cramps on my feet and up above my knees?
Yeah, her breathing is really good. Her pace is actually pretty decent. We just haven't figured out the cramping part. Her feet keep cramping up on her, usually around 7 miles, 6, 7 miles. So we got to figure that out. So if you got any advice, please comment below. We'd love to hear what you do for cramping or what you prepare to avoid cramping, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, so here we go. We're gonna last 2 miles and we're done. We're about to do the impossible.
Ready.
All right, ready? Here we go. All right, we are at mile 9. 1 mile to go. We can do this. You ready, babe?
Yeah.
1 mile to go. Straight ahead. There's cold water, shower, drinks, snacks, breakfast.
All right, one of the things that we were just talking about, is how hard things are and how hard it gets in the run-ins. You can see a little struggling through the long runs and the track workouts and everything, and you feel like quitting, and you feel like you just can't do it anymore, especially when you've been out there a couple of hours in those heat and you're running and it just feels terrible. And that's what was happening to us. We were actually on our way back, probably about a couple miles to go, and she was whining and crying like always again, and saying that her feet hurt and her hair hurts and her ears hurt and everything hurt, and I'm just like, just keep moving, just keep going. And to be honest, I was tired too. But anyway, we're running back, and in all that you can get so lost in your thoughts and lost in your pain and just get lost in yourself. We caught up to this gentleman And he just started talking to us because we ended up running next to him, and he was 83 years old. 83 years old, and his name is Charles. I called him Sir Charles. So we caught up to him. We're actually passing by, and Rosie was just barely passing this man by. I didn't know who was faster. But anyway, Sir Charles, I called him Sir Charles, but he was 83 years old. So check this out.
What is your name, sir?
Charles.
This is Sir Charles. I just met him on the run, and he is 83 years old.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
And he's out here in this heat doing miles, putting
It's
in
not pretty. Just doing 3 miles.
just 3 miles. Hey,
It's not pretty.
what an inspiration. We've been suffering and hurting, but he's an inspiration. He just changed everything. 83 years old, putting in 3 miles in the heat. So that is awesome, sir. I appreciate you.
Okay,
Thank you so
take
much
care.
for sharing.
Stay well.
Take care.
On we go.
On we go, everybody.
And so see how cool that is. It was just an inspiration, because how can we complain? I mean, really. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm not saying we don't have legitimate hurts here and pains. But I'm not trying to discount that or not validate Rosie's hurts and pains, because it does hurt. But it's stuff like that that really just kind of makes you like, you know what?
Thanks.
We can do this.
Yeah.
You know, we can quit whining, crying. But I mean, after that, because I was like I said, I was tired too. But after I saw him, I was like, man, what do I got to? I hope, he's 30 years older than me. I hope that I'm running.
You're still running.
There's gonna be a day when we can't.
Yeah.
Today's not that day.
I believe that God made me for a purpose. And when I run, I feel His pleasure.
It puts everything in
It
perspective.
certainly does. It
When
certainly
you
does.
see, that happens to me when I see other people running, and some of them definitely look older than me, and they're doing it. And so I have to look at it a little bit different at that moment.
Yeah, and that's so true. That's so true. And that's when we're out there, we see older people, or people that that have some physical challenges.
Yes.
That maybe some disabilities and physical challenges, and they're out there running and putting in their work. And I'm thinking, you know what? We're healthy. The only thing that's hurting is our attitude. And so we got to, like Rosie said, we got to put that in perspective. So I want to encourage everyone. We're blessed. We're healthy. Yeah, it hurts, and I'm not saying we just can act like it doesn't hurt, but we got to keep our attitude right.
Yes.
Our attitude right. I was watching that movie, The Guardian, with Kevin Costner, and he said the difference between us and the victim is the attitude in which we enter the water. And so
It's good.
we can't play the victim. It hurts. Accept the hurt. It is what it is. I'm not discounting the hurt. It hurts. It's tired, and it's mentally tired. But we don't need to play the victim. We don't need to play the victim. And our attitude has to matter, especially when we see someone like that who got up and he was like, I'm just doing 3. Like he was like but I was like, man, 3 miles? Still at 83 years old, and he was just pushing and pushing it. Wow. So that was so cool. So just an inspiration. So we're blessed. Let's keep running. So Sir Charles, if you're out there and you're watching this video, thank you again for your inspiration, and hope that we're running just like you, and you inspired us. So thank you so much. We're so glad we ran into you, and bless long life for you.
Yes.
In all that you do. I hope you get to see the video. If you do, comment below.
Woo. All right, we are about 400 meters away from the finish. We're gonna do this. Moving strong. 400 meters away. Just around that turn. A couple more little turns and long straightaway. We're there. All right, we're on the last straightaway. Probably 150 meters to go to the finish line.
As you saw in the last video, I had just said that we had about 100 meters to go, and as soon as we had something
Unexpected.
Yeah, something unexpected happened, which is why we didn't. I was so excited because I was gonna run up ahead of that. Right when I recorded that last piece. I was going to run up ahead. We had about 100 meters to go, and wait for Rosie to run towards the camera and towards me, and just celebrate that 10 that she accomplished 10 miles. And so, but as soon as I hit pause or stop on the camera, I took maybe 2 more steps, and I heard my name. I heard somebody yell my name, and I looked up, and I don't know if you can see in the video, but it was a little hill there. Some young lady was standing up on the top of the hill, and she yelled at me again, and I was trying to see who it was, trying to run in my head. I couldn't recognize her, but she knew my name, and so I said yes, and she said, your son fainted. In the video, you can see that my son ran, and he went up ahead of us. And we miscommunicated how we were going to do. We had said we were going to run forward ahead, but what happened? And then we were going to turn back for Rosie and come back and run with her. The loop at that town lake at Lady Bird Lake is 10 miles. So we were going to go, since it was a 10-mile run, we were going to go 5 and then come back. We weren't going to do the loop, just 5 and then come right back. But what happened was, as you can see in the video, we forgot our gels. So when I ran back to get the gels, by the time I caught up to Rosie, he was gone. He was way gone. So I didn't know where he was. And then he ended up, and then somebody that he was running with, we ran into him on the way back, and he said, your son went ahead and did the whole loop. And so when he did that, that's when we completely lost where he was. So we ended up coming back the same way. And so when he got back to the car, he had ended up doing, I think, 12 that day. But then he decided to come find us, and what happens is we were on the opposite side of the loop. So when he went, he ended up trying to find us and ended up doing another 2. And then when he ran back to try to find us, we were on the other side, ended up another 2. So he ended up with like 17 miles that day. Now that's not a big deal for him, except that all the water and all the supplements and everything he had was in the car, and he couldn't get to because we had the keys. And so he's standing there by the car, and it was just hot. By this time it's hot. We've been out there 10 miles. We've been out there at least 3 hours. He's waiting on us, and he fainted. He fainted. At least that's what they told us. So this lady's yelling that your son passed out. He's fainted. And so she said that, I'm picturing he's laying on the ground, passed out. And now I'm thinking, how long has he been there? Because we've been over here for a while. And it just so happened that when we were coming back, our phones kept. Oh, we did have your phone. You had your phone. I didn't have my phone. You had your phone, but her watch kept going off. And but we thought it was a scam because the phone call was from Seattle. And we're like, we don't know anybody from Seattle, so we just thought they were scams. But it was this young lady that found my son on the side of our car, passed out trying to call us. But he was awake. So when I ran up the hill, he was actually standing up. And so my heart finally, my heart fell when she said that. But when we saw him, I thought, okay, at least he's up.
Yeah.
But when I walked up to him, so he had a cut, his lip was cut, his lip was actually cut and busted in half. And so he was just bloody because he fell standing up and hit the ground, and they found him. He got up and they found him, and then they stayed with him until we got there. So this young lady, whoever you are, thank you so much because they took care of him. They wanted to make sure he was fine. He just got a little cut up and everything. And that's why we didn't end the video there. We didn't get to the finish line. We ended up going up that hill, and then we stayed with him and obviously started taking care of him and cleaning him up and trying to get him home. And but he's fine. He's doing good. And on top of all that, but again, those young ladies, if you ever watch this video, thank you so much. You were a blessing. You were such a blessing, and blessings to you for taking care of our son. I did get to, once I realized it was her, I did text her back and tell her thank you so much for doing that. But God was good. His angels were around him and took care of him. But that was just a little miscalculation on all of our parts, and you got to be careful. It was just when you're out there in that heat. But it just so happened that you ended up with 10.
I did.
You did. You ended up with 10. I think it was like 10.02 when you stopped it, even though we cut it short. So you did your 10, right? So how did you feel with your first 10?
My first 10, that was hard. I know I keep saying that, but this one was hard. It was hot.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't in it. Not in this one.
Yeah. I had mentioned that today she's doing the impossible. Now, is 10 miles impossible? No, but it was for her.
Yes.
It was for her. It was impossible because when you haven't done something, it's impossible. until you do it. You make it possible. And so every time we add miles, we're doing the impossible. And so if you've never run a 5K, it's impossible to you. Go out there and run it, or walk it, or do it, and make it possible. And so that's just another way of looking at it, of making the impossible possible. And you did 10 miles.
Yeah, when you feel, well, when I got there, I felt like I was ready. I wasn't, tired. I didn't feel tired. And as soon as I took off, I guess by the time I hit the 3, I think that's when I started feeling it.
You saw there we had 2 miles to go. We were done. We were sitting there at that bench and just trying to catch our breath, and we were tired and we were done. But that's exactly what we wanted. She had done 8 up to that point. So like I said, she had done 8. So 8 was possible. We're just doing it again. The training was the last 2 miles, because that's what we added. That's the training, is to do that impossible that has not been done yet, to stretch yourself in your mind and in your body, and then to just keep moving, because that's really what the marathon is going to be like. What you felt there, what you felt on that bench when we were sitting, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it with 10 miles to go.
Yeah.
And so she did it though. 10 miles.
I did.
10 miles.
I did it.
So this next week we're gonna do 8, and then we're gonna add 2 more in the following week to do 12 miles. But before we do the 12, we actually have the 4th of July 5K, the Anthem 5K. So be expecting that video too, because that's actually a hard course. It is a down. It starts up. It's uphill both ways. I don't know how she did that.
Yeah,
She made
making my stomach hurt.
Miss Jennifer, for the love of go, and I got off the couch.com. She had done a flat series, and she did the flat series. We loved it. All about 4 or 5 races just flat, and then she made up for all those flats in one hill, in one race, because she made that race uphill both ways.
Both ways.
How is that possible? But anyway, that's going to be a cool race. We're excited about that. But you did 10 miles.
I did 10.
10 miles. All right, so
Yeah.
only 16 miles to go.
Oh my gosh.
Only 16 to go.
Oh my gosh.
So-
That's too many.
But we'll get there. A mile at a time, we're going to get there. So again, thank you so much for joining us. And as always, please help us grow this channel.
Yes.
Hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, hit the like and share button, and connect with us. We'll connect with you, and let's run together. Take care. Be blessed.